Hi, Sagittarius. How are you doing today? Welcome, welcome. I am Patty, and I welcome you to my new page. Yes, this is a new one. I actually changed pages because I goofed. But anyway, that's another story for another time. Thank you for coming. For those of you that are brand new, I hope you have fun, get some curiosity, learn what an empath intuitive tarot reader is all about. Maybe you already know. But my readings come from the divine. So I ask him first and foremost to share with me the information, wisdom that we need for the next week. And of course, he sends not only himself, but others through. I do not know who they are. I don't know if they're yours, ancestors, mine, guardian angels. I don't know. I just hear their voices. I actually feel their energies, their vibrations. I'm downloaded thoughts. I get information through the cards. They have me look at certain things in the cards. So anyway, so that's where and how I do mine. So if you're brand new and you want to learn more on the about portion, you can actually go and see how I actually do them a little bit more. Not much different. So first I'm going to be picking the oracle cards, which is the energy and vibration for this coming week, which we're actually on August 10th through the 16th. So these will be the energies for August 10th through the 16th. And then through that, I actually am, sorry, I'm getting some thoughts coming through. Actually going to pull the cards and see where we're going to go from them. Ooh. So Divine has actually been pulling a lot of cards today. So with a couple of the other readings. So I'm not going to be surprised. Boy, that one keeps just coming out. So I think that maybe is it, but not. All right. So getting set up here. I hope everybody's doing good. And while I shuffle a little bit more, it looks like maybe that's it. We've got a lot of little energies going on here. Usually I pick one or two, but boy, I don't know. Divine's been crazy as far as picking all kinds of energies today. He's got all kinds of messages today. So, and I'll show you these here in a second. Let me go ahead and just look at these cards for a second and feel if there's anything in here particularly that he wants me to focus on. Okay, so the 4 cards out, the first 2 were actually Sad Embrace and then Magical Map Shifter. Those 2 energies, huge. The reason why is a lot of the times the sad embrace happens through pain, through things that we've gone through. It's basically a lot of it that we don't understand or we don't know why we're going through what we're doing or what lessons we're learning that we don't know why we're doing what we're doing. And then we have the magical map shifter, which is actually sort of just looking at things in a different direction, looking at different patterns, looking at different ways of doing things. He can't see, so he's covered his eyes. And of course, we can't see our future. We don't know our future. And so when we look at the sad embrace, then we want to make sure that we're actually looking at the future, this card here. So we're here, but we want to look towards the future because the map shifter can actually change, and we need to change. Maybe it's something in our thought process and the way we think and things like that to make things happen. Now, the other thing that the divine wanted me to show is at the very top here, there is a light. So we need to focus in on the light. It's a bright light. Very, very bright light. Same as the moon. The moon's not being covered. It is actually a very bright light. So the other 2 cards out, which the protecting treasure has been actually coming up quite a bit lately. Not seen that one come up hardly at all, and then all of a sudden it's coming up. So protecting heart, you'll see again towards the bottom there is that white light again. She's sort of hovering, sort of like not sure, not quite happening. Maybe a storm's coming. Maybe there's something that is actually unsure, and she's just trying to take cover. Same with the deep freeze. The deep freeze, you're sort of stuck. Oops, sorry, sort of stuck. You're actually not dead. Well, we don't die, but the thing is that we're just sort of in a holding pattern. We're sort of staying in one place. We're staying sort of stuck sometimes, and we have to break out of that mold, which is keeping us frozen in one pattern. So a lot of the times, I'm going to say this out of the chute because this is what they told me to say. A lot of the times when we pick our relationships are the same over and over and over and over again. And then we ask when they break up or whatever, why do I keep picking the same guy over and over? Because the pattern hasn't changed. You haven't changed the pattern. You haven't changed your thought process. Law of attraction, we attract what we put out, kind of thing. And also too, if you're a game player, somebody else is a game player, they're going to play games back and forth. So you have to learn how to change that thought process, how to move that thought process into a different matter. Oh, that's nice. That's wonderful. Yeah. So we do want to move it into a different matter. So we do need to change that energy. And that's like what I teach in Get Balanced 2020 is we have to change our process, our thought process. And that all starts from our spirit. Believe it or not. It's like, how can your thought process start from your spirit? Well, that's where truth lies. And if truth and righteousness actually is where we start things, I'm sort of moving around a little bit. I've got a sciatic nerve that's actually sort of pinched, and I'm sort of playing with it today. So, but anyway, so we actually we have to change that thought process, that pattern of thinking, because a lot of the times it's dysfunctional, old, and that we need to break away from. Because a lot of the times, for example, if I have a trust issue and that person has not done anything wrong, but then I'm questioning their trust, if they're being honest or not, maybe that person's being 100% truthful, but because of my issues of trust, it's going to be their issue. Do you understand what I'm saying? Does that make sense? So we sometimes portray our issues onto them saying, oh, well, you did this, you did that. But no, in all reality, it's our issue. So which keeps us stuck and then keeps us sort of uncertain of things and not manifesting what we want. And it's really, your brain is phenomenally strong. You'd be surprised at how much you can change your life like that. And that could be from addictions. That could be from just a poor relationship, poor eating habits, poor thought processes. Once you find out the root of it, it's not hard to change it. And that actually was in a book I wrote called A New You Cookbook. But it's also a daily weight management program about losing weight. Another story for another time. So anyway, so we have actually the first card out is the Empress. Excuse me. Yep. Okay. So she's looking for truth. The Tower came out in reverse. That's a good thing, because if the Tower comes in reverse, that means we're sort of in a holding pattern. So that does means that change isn't really going to be huge. Maybe change is going to come, but it's not like poof, it's going to hit you really, really hard. And we're looking for truth again. We're looking for truth again. We're looking for truth again. All right. I have got so many things going on in my head. I don't know where they want to go. I have to apologize. My energies are here. It's just, I had some news today that one of my most favorite aunts passed away, and my cousins didn't tell me about it, and it's a year and a half. And I had been trying to reach my cousins, and even though they were getting my phone messages and texts, they wouldn't respond. And I'm heartbroken. I'm heartbroken over it. How somebody could do something so evil. Whew. Anyway, so that came through for a second. Sorry about that. All right, so let's go. Divine, please share with me the energies for Sagittarius on where they're stuck. I would like to know maybe where they're holding pattern, where this sadness, this sad embrace, what is going on in their life. You've got sad embrace, you've got protecting treasure, which we know is your heart, protecting your heart, and we know that they're in a deep freeze. So can you share with me, please, where I would like to focus them, or where you want to focus them for this next week of 310 to 316. Okay, so matters of the heart, matters of love, matters of love. Matters of love. So somebody maybe, oh, okay, thank you. So somebody's gone through a breakup, and they're sort of stuck in this pattern of, what do I do now? I really, my heart was 100% in it. Theirs wasn't. Maybe also that somebody was a player. It didn't have to be, but if this is a younger, I feel like this is a younger male that may have done it to a female. Could be reversed. I just sort of feel a masculine energy there. And it left the person like, I really thought I found my soulmate. I really thought I found them. And you didn't. And so they've moved on. But you feel like there isn't a closure there, because the Tower's not really knocked your world completely upside down. But you knew that there was something that you needed truth about. You needed some truth about something. I don't know what that is. And we have the King of Pentacles. So King of Pentacles could be, he's very authoritative, very, what do you have it? Confident. He's very strong in, like your finances, your career, work. He's very work orientated. And he, maybe somebody was a workaholic. Or maybe somebody was working a lot and was sort of hiding some money that was not told. I think this is a changing for somebody for this week. It's just a process of change. I feel the change. And you just want the truth is all. You want the truth. That's all you want. You want some balance back in your life. You're not really like, okay, I really thought it was going to be, but you've got Sagittarius, you've got a head on you that you're like, okay, I get it. I don't like it, but I get it. So I'll deal with it the way that I have to deal with it. But it has to do with some career, some job, maybe somebody at work that maybe you had a relationship with. And that person wasn't very honest about it. I hear two people. They were seeing two people. Whether it's a guy, girl, I don't know. But they were seeing two people. Then they weren't being honest about that at all. All right. So we have the Ten of Pentacles, but it came in in reverse, excuse me. Came in reverse, which means if it was again, money, and it was related to this dude here or girl here or whatever, you would have had all this with that person, but because of probably the lies and the deceit, that's not going to happen with this person. Now, it doesn't mean that you're not going to have that. It's going to mean that with this person, this scenario. So keep moving, because they're not going to bring you anything you wanted anyway. Relationships are just that way sometimes, you know. It's sad, and it is a sad place for you. It really is. You're in a place where, like, you know, and it's okay, because when you break up with a relationship, or if you're going through a hard part of a relationship, it is sad because you invest so much time and so much energy into your partner that, you know, you're like, you want to keep going. Even if your intuition says no, you want to keep going. Listen to your intuition, because the intuition is trying to get you out of something or get you to stop something, whether this is a person or not, whether it's like a bad habit or something that you're trying to do or stop. Is like the divine is trying to get you to stop so that they can close that door and bring you more towards your calling or your purpose or whatever you need to be focused on. Because obviously this is not where it's focusing. You do need to yourself focus in on your work, your career, your own finances. If you're a woman, you need to do that so you can be strong and independent, but still be a woman. Don't be a workaholic, independent woman like me that then you end up pretty much alone because you can do everything yourself. And then the guys are like, well, you don't need a man because, wow, you do everything else. So what do you need me for? Because I want you. So we've got the Two of Wands, which is, again, you're thinking about things, you're processing things, you're looking into the future, you're actually embracing. And that's what this time is for. That is what this time is for. Wow, I'm already out of juice on my computer. Hang on a second here. So that's what this time is for. Oh, again, I thought it was plugged in. I didn't think I would lose juice that quick on my computer. Wow. I did 2 readings and wow. Okay. So, yeah. The time that we hit, I'm surprised I didn't hit solitude in here, because the time that we do this is the time where we actually begin to start to refuel, rethink things, reorganize our brain, maybe start something new, a new habit, because we need to guard our heart. That's the number one thing. If you believe in anything, whatever it is, if you believe in God, the devil, good, bad, yin, yang, whatever it is, positive, negative, as far as anything supernatural, what they're after is your heart, because that is where your soul is. That's where your personality is. That's where they can actually suck you in. If you were living in your spirit, then there is no way that we could be deterred to be sucked into the evil or the devil or whatever you want to call it. Because if you're living in spirit, spirit is truth and love. Boom. And righteous. And what do you mean by righteousness? Well, you basically are doing things the same way even if somebody wasn't watching you. Pretty much the same thing. It's integrity, pretty much. But the thing is that the good and the evil are always out, or the evil is always out for your soul, which is actually your heart. Because your soul is your personality and your character, and the devil knows it's flawed, and the devil knows your weakness, and the devil knows where to get your Achilles heel. So that's why it's really important to start and get your roots into your spirit. Then you will make all your decisions based on spirit, not earth. So you have choices either between making choices by spirit, which is truth, or you make choices by whatever the earth or the circumstances or whoever farts right or farts left or whatever, however you make your decisions. There's only two ways to make a decision. Either you make it in truth or you make it in not truth. And well, what are you saying that for? You know, what do you mean? You know, well, that's like saying, okay, if I'm going to listen to my friend tell me, oh, leave that guy, when the divine intuition says, no, work it out, work it out, work it out, and I leave him, I'm listening to the earth. I'm listening to somebody who doesn't even know what my journey is or where my journey is headed. Does that make sense? Divine knows where it's headed. I may not know where it's headed, but the divine knows where it's headed. All right. So I don't know where all that is coming from. I just know that that is for somebody out there, and whoever that resonates with. I hope that helps. It is about our thought process and how our thought process is. I do like in this reading, though, the energies are not like, oh my gosh, I got to start all over again. I'm just heartbroken. You know, I know one time I was heartbroken. I didn't get married till I was 41. I thought I found my soulmate. I waited until I really found the right person I thought was going to be with me for the rest of my life. I was totally in love. Married him, totally in love. And on our first year anniversary, he decided to leave. Hand me divorce papers and said, you know what, I'm out of here. We had the worst year of our life. We had his mother pass away. We had 2 major job changes. We were combining my daughter into the marriage. We actually had a big move. And, well, lo and behold, he decided to leave. Now, I did. I crumbled and fell because I thought he was my life. And the thing is that, in all reality, I shouldn't have, because it was his issue, not mine. Come to find out, he's been married, I think, after we broke up, and he wanted to come back together, and then we didn't for some physical reasons. He had an aneurysm and a stroke. But the thing is that he married 2 or 3 times after that. So that's not me. Yeah. So we've got the 9 of Cups. Woo-hoo, woo-hoo. So there is a good celebration there. There is something coming that is actually very good, very confident that everything is going to work out. Everything is going to happen for you. That is going to happen. And that will change too. That will last for a while. And then that will change, because then you find new love. There's new love. And this one, okay, thank you. So this one, the divines asked me to look in above the couple. So it is divine intervention. So it is not manipulated to a togetherness. It is divine. So there's different ways that you come into a relationship. We can manipulate our way into a relationship, or we can allow the divine to work and have a relationship. And there is a huge, huge difference. I should do a spiritual dating video. I do have on this channel, I do also have a spiritual growth videos from my Get Balanced 2020. But there's some spiritual growth if you're trying to understand certain things about vibration, energies, and all kinds of stuff in here. An empath, I should do one on living as an empath, because it's very hard living as an empath. Well, it's not hard for me anymore. It used to be, but anyway. So this is good. This is I see actually when you get through this phase, which is a grief phase, and it's okay. It's okay to get through a grief phase. And that grief phase may come and go. But you have to understand that when you are grieving a relationship, that the ending of that relationship is to protect you, not only from something you can't see. Remember, my ex-husband was married many more times after me. So the divine was protecting me. He put that person in my life for certain lessons. And I thank him for that, because there are certain times we're put with a certain person to learn some lessons. And even though sometimes those lessons are hard, I can see them now that it's been years. But I'm like, thank you, because you know what? It not only made me a better person, it made my daughter better structured in a person. And I thanked him for that. So that they're only a season, but then they're also protecting us, because the divine can see everything. We can't. We can see all, we can't see all the bad stuff or the things that are going on in another person's head. So I thank him for the ending some of the relationships they did, because it saved me a lot more pain, saved me a lot more time from wasting time investing in the wrong thing. Because these relationships, even my ex-husband's relationship, even though I thought it was divine intervened, it actually wasn't. I could see now the pattern of him manipulating his way into my heart, and actually manipulating in a manner that he played a game to see what it was that I wanted and liked, and then he fed into that. So, and that actually, it wasn't a bad thing. It was a very beautiful thing, but it was actually not of divine. So does that make sense? Okay. There is a difference. There's a huge, huge difference. When it's divine, divine will bring that person to you. It will be easy. You will have a lot of similarities, or maybe not so much similarities, but it will be like a two hands meeting. It won't be like this and then gradually meet like this. It will be just like, hey, wow, this is really awesome. This is, and the energies are so different. Energies are so different, whether it's human brought or it's brought by divine. Very different energies, very different. You're just like, you remember how you'll hear like a pregnant woman, that it is the pregnant woman, she's just got this glow about her. Well, that's divine, because the divine is having a child grow in her. There is a glow because it is divine presence in her. A baby or divine presence. Innocent, love. Babies are just about love. And feed me. So anyway, so let's get back on track here, because the divine had me go way off. But again, intuitive tarot is about that. They'll pull some cards. They'll have me bundle all this information and everything in. I don't know who it's for. I don't know who it resonates with, but that's how divine works with this. That's called intuitive. I can't help that. That's the way he has me work. Okay. All right, divine, let's share this. I understand that the Nine of Cups is towards the end. I appreciate that. Could you share with me any other information? Anyone out there, give me any other information that you would like me to share with Sagittarius, please. Giving a lot of information. Is there anything more in the cards that I am missing that you would like me to share, please? So I'm hearing balance. Make sure that you're balancing. Make sure I'm not holding these upside down because they came in. I am. So those actually should be this way. So please to make sure, yes, this has to do with the relationship. I get that. So the strength. I was going to say 8 of Wands. Strength is all about making sure that you have strength through this process, and allow yourself to go through this. Okay, I'm getting hot here. Somebody's actually talking. Somebody is wanting to hear. Somebody is wanting to talk to you. I don't know who that is. So during this process, my ears, when they get on fire, they were on fire this last reading. Again, different signals, different ways. So what you want to do is give yourself that strength to have the time to do what you need to do, whether it's grieving, whether it's getting your stamina back up, whether it's saying, you know what, screw this, I'm not going to allow this to stop me. I'm going to go out and meet somebody new, because you're going to meet somebody new. And again, having me focus on the divine, focus on the divine, and allow that. Now, again, they want to share that it might not be a person that you would be 100% going to. So, you know, if you're going towards a 6'4" kind of guy, and this guy's maybe 6 foot or 5'11", maybe you want to go for an athletic type, and maybe they're thin, but just got a little bit of extra weight on them. So what they're sharing is it might not be the person that you would expect. So just have an open mind, because they're going to bring this person towards you, whoever that is. All right. All right. Is there anything else? Got a hair. Is there anything else for Sagittarius for the week of 3/10 to 3/16, please? Love yourself. I heard love yourself. Love yourself first. So whoever that is for, 2 separate messages. Love yourself. A few seconds later, love yourself first. And that's true. You have to love yourself first before you can actually go out and meet this person and be whole. That has to be a whole relationship. It can't be a rescue, or I'm going to rescue you, we're going to rescue me kind of thing. It has to be whole. You're going in there. You know who you are. You know what you like. You know what your standards are. You know what your morals are. You know what, yeah, and then thank you. Then you can have the whole world, because this is key. Knowing who you are, what your intent is. Maybe you want to just a hookup. Maybe you just want to find somebody to get married. Maybe you find friends first, then get married, which is the most optimist. But whatever it is, all right. But you will have it. The divine will bring it to you. The divine will bring it to you. So hopefully that's a phenomenal ending. I can't make a better ending than that. So the world will be offered to you. The world will be wonderful for you. It's just going to take a little bit more time. Just be mindful that the devil card has people out there too. So be really protective of your heart. Don't just jump in right away. Step back and analyze who that person is before you actually jump in, because you don't want somebody that's actually going to turn it around and do this, you know, make your world upside down again. All right. So Sagittarius, that is your reading for today. Let me go ahead and bring this down for you just so you can get a viewing of the cards. Sad Embrace, Magical Map Shifter. We've got the Protecting Treasure and the Deep Freeze. These are all your oracles for the energies during the week. I would almost put these two together and these two together. I would definitely put those two together. We're looking for truth. It's not too bad of a change. You're going to be okay. Put it that way. This isn't going to rock your world to where you feel like you've just jumped out of a building kind of thing. That's not the way this is. But this love relationship is more money-based, more career-based. I don't know if you're with somebody from work or not, or if it has to do with career and money for the future. But it's not going to be with this person here. Definitely not going to. You're thinking about things. This one also too, you might have travel in the future. There might be a little bit of travel, and you're just trying to figure that out. Where that is. But this is a very good ending. Just keep your strength, keep your confidence in yourself. Bring your confidence back from this point here. And you can do it, because this is all divine driven, and he will bring this coming up. He will bring this coming up. So I'm really excited for that for you. So there you go, Sagittarius. I hope you had a very fun time anyway. And this was a little bit long, but I appreciate all your time and effort. And if you could please like, share, subscribe, and hopefully you enjoyed this enough to come back. We will have another session for 3/10, but also to remember they will be live, and just as soon as I get all this mess cleaned up this week, they will be live. If you have questions now, please put them in the comments. I will get them in the evening and respond to you. And then in the future, come on live for your sign. That you'll know if you subscribe, because you can hit that bell and you'll be alerted when I'm on. And ask questions then, or just come in and just say hi. I would love to know where everybody's from, and I love to interact with you guys anyway. All right, well, take care and see you on the 10th. I believe it's the 10th. Yeah. All right, take care.